In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to make a teepee for your kids or your vegetable garden or whatever else you feel like using a teepee for. Let's get started. So late winter is the perfect time to prune a number of fruit trees and other trees as well. We have an apple tree in our backyard that I'm currently sitting underneath. So last week I ended up doing some pruning on it, and I'm going to be repurposing some of those branches for this project. If you do not have access to natural branches, you can use dowels from your local hardware store or bamboo stakes. You can normally pick them up at garden centers. In Toronto, you can also grab them from a number of stores along Spadina in Chinatown. But for this project, I'm going to be using a number of branches. Mine on average are about 14 feet in length. I'm going to cut them down in half, and that way I have 6 sticks in total that are about 7 feet high. For my toddler, who's about 2 years old, it should give a nice base. But if you are dealing with larger kids or adults, you're going to want even longer poles, and you'll probably need to do a little bit of playing to figure out the right height and circumference for your job. The tools for this that I'm going to be using is a pruning saw. I'm going to be using a drill. I have I believe it's a 5/16 drill bit on that, and that corresponds to the size of the twisted sisal rope that I will be using to attach the tops to hold it all together, and then some scissors to cut the rope. Let's get started. So here we have it, our finished teepee. Unfortunately, the camera cut off the tall portion. So what you may not have seen me doing was tying up the remaining branches with the twine once it was standing in place so that it would all hold together. I just wrapped it around a few times, doing a few crossover ties to make sure that it was nice and secure, using multiple pieces just in case one piece unraveled. There would hopefully be others that would still hold it together. So this is the finished product. I'm about 6 feet tall. So the tallest portion of this that you'd probably want to be in this one is about 4 or so feet. And that was using approximately 7-foot length sticks. But I'm really happy with the outcome. This is the sort of project that you can then plant vining vegetables on or vining flowers, and maybe add some additional twine around the outside so that it would serve as a trellis. And you could then have it covered in greenery. For me, I'm just going to leave it as is because I'm going to want this to be movable. But I think that this will be a fun little play structure for my daughter to go in and out of in the summertime. So I'm going to probably end up having this out in the front yard because I am making a naturalized playground for her for this summer out in that space so that she doesn't have to compete with the dogs getting knocked over back here. So we're going to set that up out front, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like out there. So this is its somewhat finished location. I do want it to be temporary so that we can still cut the grass in the summertime and move it around should we need to. I do not want to be affixing any permanent features to the space, but I'm really quite happy with how it turned out.